Hello everybody, it's Bee from Bespoke Crafts. Welcome to my channel. Today we are going to be creating a card using the Sam Colcott's Magic Colour Slide die set. There's 7 dies in the set, and we're going to be using 6 of them. To be absolutely honest, I'm not sure what one of the dies is for. So this is the base for the card, and we need one of those. I've already cut all the pieces out that we need just to save time. That's the piece that I don't really know what's for. I need to have a look at Sam's video again. So this is a die where we need 2 parts. We need one of acetate, excuse me, and one of white cardstock. You use any colour cardstock that you're using, but I'm specifically going to use white. And this is your reveal card. You can see there, just make out it says pull. You can't actually see the pull on the card. It's supposed to emboss it. It does, but it's only very, very light. So what I've just done is coloured it in black. So I'll just pop those out of the way again. So I'm not going to, the card bases, I'm use a linen cardstock from Craft Stash. I make all my own card bases. The card base is 5.5 by 5.5, and the matten layer is 5 1/4 and a 5 1/4. That is the wrong piece, as you will see when I put the base for the slide is the same size, and this is a decoration die. Again, I assumed that this would emboss when you cut it through, but it doesn't. It would do, I suppose, if you laid it up a little bit more, but I've done exactly the same as Sam did with hers. Is I've used Distress Oxide, and I've used crushed olive, and just brushed through and then cleaned the stencil, the die off once I've done so. Now these are the stay parts. Now you need to cut this twice because they need layering up for a bit more dimension, because obviously it wants to be thicker than your card base. I'd lost the die, and isn't it good to see that under my tray, under my glass mat, it was quite clean. So that's me telling you need to do 2. Definitely need to do 2. So you'll cut 1. I've already glued 2 parts of this together. I'm going to do the last part now, is put them together and then turn them over so it's facing the opposite direction. I'm going to speed through this, gluing it up. And then you will see that it turns into like a U shape. So I need my acetate and my cardstock now, and my mini Misty. This die set is an unbranded die. I got it off Temu. I just thought it was quite cute with the monster. So when you're putting your card in and your acetate, you need to make sure it stays firmly in the same place, because you're going to keep the die, the stamp in, sorry, because you're going to use it 3 times in all. So make sure that it's secured down, and that's why I'm using the Misty. I have got other stamping platforms, but this is making sure that you can secure your part. You don't have to use the Misty on it. You know, you can use any stamping platform just to make sure that you secure exactly where you know that your paper's going to be, and your acetate. So I am very quickly now, sorry about my head, making sure it's lined up. I spend too much time on this, but I do like it to be obviously level. Also, when you're using acetate, you need to use stays on. I'm sure archival would work as well, because it dries onto acetate where the others won't dry, they'll just smudge off. So just applying the ink, using my press down as well. That came from Temu. I think it was about £2 from Temu. And also with this stamp set that I've noticed, got nothing to do with the stamping platform or the way that I'm stamping. There are some of the lettering of the birthday at the top is missing, which you can vaguely see it. Yeah, you can see it just vaguely. So now making sure that the cardstock is in the same place. Dabbing off the old ink simply because I don't want to cross-contaminate, because this is now Memento ink, because I'm going to use alcohol ink to colour the little monster. And zip through this. I think I do it 3 times. I've speeded it all up so you're not sat watching me do the inevitable. And I've also taken off the ink there off the sentiment, so that I didn't stamp it again, it was getting too heavy. So I'm leaving that stamp there, and the next time I use it I'm going to be using VersaFine. What am I using? Sorry about this. VersaFine Clair, and it's the black. Now I don't know where excuse me, my footage is gone from colouring in the monster. I obviously forgot to turn my GoPro on to do it, so I'm just finishing it off now. What I'm actually doing now is just writing in the tops of the lettering that's missing on both the card and the acetate. So now I've coloured them in, so I'm going to show you in a minute the difference that restamping again, the difference it makes. I'm going to show you now. There we go. And this is all, I'm going to give credit to this. This is Deb Hallett's idea. I'd never thought of it before, but it really does make a difference. So once you've coloured in and done all your blending and what have you, restamping again in the VersaFine Clair, it just makes your image sharp again. And you'll see it just after the first one, so be very careful, make sure it's in the right place, otherwise you'll ruin it. And because the fine lines, I'm not giving a lot of pressure. You can see the difference there. It's just letting that ink transfer. So it's just a light rub. And the difference is, it's incredible. It just sharpens everything up again. So again, thank you to Deb Hallett for that one. There's the credit for you. Pop everything away. And it doesn't get lost. So this has got mint tape on it because I haven't got the extending platform for my big shot, which if I start making a lot of these, I've got another order for one. I think I'm going to add it to my stock. So now at the moment I'm just making sure that the image is in the right place, and I'm going to glue it to the card and not glue the acetate. Okay. There you go, making sure it's secure, making sure there's no glue on the other side as well. Excuse me while I take a drink. Now getting ready to position the coloured image underneath. I would say this card took maybe about an hour and a half to start to finish, from cutting out all the colouring and blending. Now I'm deciding now that there's not enough detail on there, so I'm going to use the Stampers Anonymous stencil, by Tim Holtz. It's a layering collection, and it is TS5. What? Sorry, it's not. It's THS 115, and it's Falling Stars layering stencil. And I'm just using crushed olive just to keep the colours blending together, as I use the crushed olive on the decoration part. It just finishes it off actually, just added that. It was lacking something. Okay, so that's that part done. And now we've got to make sure that everything lines up absolutely perfectly. Because if it's not lined up, it just looks blurred. I'm just using a white pen just to give me some highlights, and I'm using the Pentel Milky Pop White. I've always used jelly rolls before, but I find they dry out so quick. But I've had these Milky Pop, I got them off Amazon. I've had these for about 4 or 5 months now, and they're still working like brand new. Actually, in the nib of them and the top of them, they look like they've got a piece of silicone. It is, yeah, it's silicone, so it actually keeps the nib covered. And I don't know whether the jelly rolls have got that on it, but you can see it because the top's clear. Right, so I'm lining it up now. Sorry about that, I was looking at the pen, not watching the video. So the sounds that you're going to be hearing, Merlin's started to wake up, he started talking to himself. My husband's now mooching about, so he will probably come in. You can see the highlights as well there, back to the card. The highlights do really make a difference. I've gone in slow-mo with that one as well, just for little bits have got slow-mo on. So use a wet glue, so you've got that wiggle room to make sure it's level up, and just putting the reveal plate in. I can't speak today. So this now needs securing in to make sure that it doesn't come out of the top. So this is where you use your stays that where you had to use 2 parts. Now this is, I've got a little bit of acetate that's just showing through there. It's only a tiny little bit, but it just annoys me, it's got to come off. So it's just a tiny bit. And I have string on all my scissors because I have little hooks the side of my desk where I hook all my scissors onto. At some point I'll do a video of Merlin so you can see him. He's a beautiful African grey. He's a grumpy old sodden owl sometimes. He can be as nice as pie and then he can be horrible. He'll just bite you for no reason. But then he'll curl up and cuddle with you and go to sleep with you. So now I'm putting the stays in, and the stays go on the left and the right hand side and then the base, and they just hook up to the little part on the reveal sheet, and that stops the card, the reveal sheet actually coming out of the card. Excuse me. And then quickly I'll put the other one on. It's all been sped up so that you don't have to watch endless amounts of gluing and sticking when it says exactly excuse me, exactly the same thing. Frog in my throat. And then there's a base of it as well. It just gives, because you're doing it in 2 layers, you're just adding that extra dimension, gives the room, the reveal card, enough room to move easily. As you can see, doesn't catch or anything, it just comes straight up and down. It is a very, very good idea. It's a lovely card set from Sam. She does have some brilliant cards. Mechanisms, extremely well made. So now I'm putting the little arrow in. It does say pull on the top tab, but it's only very, very lightly embossed. You can't really tell it's there. I did try just going over it with a little bit of the crushed olive, but it didn't sit right, so I coloured it in black, an alcohol ink, and then doubled the arrow up and used the crushed olive on that. So that's got to be straight. As well, I've just thought of this while I've been watching. You do have to excuse my arms. I was diagnosed with myeloma 2 years ago, so I've had several treatments, stem cell transplant and what have you, and everything's all good. Back at the hospital on Wednesday. I'm on maintenance medication, so just go back to the card. So I'm just adding the stars to around the outside now, just to add that little bit of extra decoration on it. It just finishes the card off. So yeah, if you see bruises on my hands and my arms, if somebody tumbles, I'll get a bruise. It's down to the medication that I have to take. If I sneeze, I'll get a bruise on my toe, honestly. But like I say, all's good at the moment. So I'm just putting the decoration around it. Looking at that now. I'm going to pick the card up. There's going to be a noise, I am sorry. Yeah, I was just doubtful whether I like that decoration around it, but I do. So again, I'm putting the glue actually on the base rather than on the decoration bit, just because it's easier to stick it down. It's more controllable. Just make sure that's all nice and level. So you'll hear noises coming up on my computer that's just come up a bit ago. That's just a messenger message. Oh, my phone might go off. I do tend to ignore them, but if they go on. Okay, so now we need to secure the card itself down by applying the card to the stays and not to anywhere else. Obviously, if you get glue anywhere else, it's going to stick the reveal card, which is going to completely defeat the object. And with it being dimensional, as you can see where there, the reveal comes up really, really simply, really easily. On that sheet of paper there is instructions while I'm just doing the mat and layer and then putting the card on the base. Is that the card base was 5.5 by 5.5. The mat and layer was 5.25 by 5.25. The distress oxide that I used was crushed olive. It was unbranded stamp from Temu, and the die set was Made to Surprise Magic Colour Slide die set 6x6 by Sam Calcott, and I think you can also get it by 5x7. And the glue that I'm using is Anita's Tacky PVA glue. It's really good glue, that. I use it all the time. You'll just hear noises as I'm picking things up and putting them down and looking at them. So there you go. There is the finished card. I will put a verse in the middle of them. I don't just put happy birthday. I put something, you know, quite a nice verse. The reveal on these cards are lovely. So there you go. I'd like to say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it inspired you to do something similar or buy the card set and the die set. So thank you for watching. I really do hope you've enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you again very, very soon. I'm looking towards making 2 to 3 of videos per week, so I look forward to that. All right, thank you very much. Bye for now. Bye.